Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about a really huge leap in AI. We're moving beyond just getting answers to our questions to having AI that can actively complete complex, multi-step tasks for us. We are diving deep into the world of agents for Amazon Bedrock.
And really, this is the question that's pushing everything forward. For years, we've had models that are fantastic at retrieving information. But the real game changer, the thing we're all looking toward, is when an AI can go from being a passive library to an active assistant that actually gets things done.
You know, a powerful foundation model is just incredible at what it does. It can reason, it can understand, it can generate text. But if you want it to handle a complex business process, say processing an insurance claim or booking a complicated trip, that brilliant solo musician needs an entire orchestra. And more importantly, it needs a conductor.
And that's exactly where Agentic AI comes in. It is the conductor. It doesn't just play one instrument. It orchestrates the whole symphony. It manages the interplay between different models, secure data sources, and your company's own applications to autonomously carry out a goal.
So this is the really crucial point, the main distinction here. A chatbot, well, it responds with information it already knows. An AI agent, though, it takes action. It breaks down what you're asking for, figures out which tools it needs, calls the right APIs, and actually finishes the process for you. It's really the difference between asking for a recipe and having a chef just cook the meal for you.
Okay, so let's get into it. What are the actual components that make up one of these agents? What tools does our conductor actually have at its disposal in the orchestra pit?
Well, every Bedrock agent is built on three core things. First up, you've got the foundation model. That's the brain, the thing that provides all the reasoning power. Second, you have action groups. Think of these as the hands. They define the specific, secure actions the agent is allowed to take, like calling an API to update a customer's record. And third, you have knowledge bases. This is the private library, giving the agent secure access to your company's own up-to-date information.
Now, that knowledge base component is especially powerful because it uses a technique called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or as you'll hear it called, RAG. This lets the agent pull in current, proprietary info from your own company's documents on the fly without you having to constantly retrain the entire model. It's what makes the agent's responses so relevant and so accurate.
So how does this RAG thing actually work? Well, when you ask a question, the system doesn't just blindly send it to the model. First, it zips over to your private knowledge base and finds the documents that are most relevant. Then, it augments your original question with all this new, specific context before it gets an answer. This makes sure the agent is grounded in the facts from your company's data.
Okay, so our agent has its brain, its hands, and its library. But how does it decide what to do and when to do it? Well, this is where we get into the art of orchestration.
Orchestration is the master strategy. It's the logic the agent uses to look at a request, figure out the context, and then line up all the necessary tasks, calling a tool, checking the knowledge base, to actually achieve your goal. It's basically the agent's plan of attack. And in Bedrock, you actually have choices for this strategy. The default is called React, which stands for reasoning and acting. It works step by step. It thinks, it acts, it sees what happened, and then it thinks again. It's super transparent, but it can be a bit slower. For more control, though, you can use a custom orchestrator. This lets you write your own logic, giving you total power to optimize for whatever you need: speed, accuracy, or specific business rules.
So this all sounds pretty powerful in theory, right? But what does it actually look like in the real world? Let's take a look at a fantastic case study from Rocket Mortgage.
Rocket Mortgage had a massive challenge. I mean, think about it. Home financing is incredibly complex, it's super personal, and the stakes are really high. Their clients need trusted, accurate guidance at all hours of the day, and a simple FAQ chatbot just wasn't going to cut it.
So what was their solution? They built this really sophisticated system on Amazon Bedrock. And they didn't just build one agent, they built a whole team of 8 specialized agents for different business functions, like loan origination or loan servicing. A central API acts like a traffic cop, sending the user's request to exactly the right specialist agent to handle the job.
And the results? Honestly, they were staggering. They saw a 300% increase in conversion rates, turning people just browsing their website into actual closed loans.
They also got an 85% reduction in transfers to human customer care agents. Now this is huge. It means the AI was successfully handling the vast majority of requests, freeing up their human experts to focus on the most complex and high-value client problems.
And maybe most importantly, their clients were happy. They saw a 68% customer satisfaction rating, which just proves that users really valued the immediate, accurate, and clear help that the AI agents were providing.
So their success basically gives us a playbook. Lesson 1, the quality of your data is everything. Garbage in, garbage out, right? Second, keep your agents focused. Giving each one just a few specific tasks makes them way more effective and easier to manage. And finally, and this one's super important, plan a smart, seamless handoff to a human. That's not a failure of the system, it's a critical feature for building user trust.
The Rocket Mortgage example, it's not the end game. It's really the blueprint for an even more powerful future for this technology.
So, the next big evolution is moving from these specialized agents working alone to orchestrating entire teams of agents that can collaborate. Imagine a new customer request that needs input from the sales agent, the finance agent, and the logistics agent. Multi-agent collaboration lets them all work together to automatically handle that entire end-to-end process.
Now, to make all this work, you can't just wing it. You need a rock-solid foundation. A framework like Agent Core provides all the essential pieces you need to build, securely deploy, and operate these complex systems at a huge scale, managing everything from memory and security to performance monitoring.
And this leaves us with a final, really powerful thought. We've seen the incredible impact that specialized agents can have, but we are just at the very, very beginning of understanding what's possible when entire teams of collaborative AI agents start to transform the core operations of a business. The symphony is just getting started.